practice telling an anonymous advocate your story. Now, who is an anonymous advocate? My best example would be a hotline counselor. You see, these are people that don't know you, but they advocate for you and your healing. Let's talk about why it could help to talk with someone within this specific type of setting. Why it's good. You are building your courage to let your story be heard by somebody else. This can give you confidence to know that your story is not invalidated. Someone out there believes in you and is rooting for you. Through this experience, you are learning the language needed to share your story, to put it into words. You have the ability to receive something back after giving up control of you being the only one who knows about your struggle. In return, you will have the opportunity to receive a few things, including counsel from trained advocates, tools and resources to continue your journey. The reality that you are not alone, this awareness is part of it. You see, the biggest thing that you will have discovered is you were able to practice your story with someone whose reaction is almost guaranteed to be positive due to the fact that they have had extensive training. This in turn will help you when it comes time to tell someone who cares about you, whose reaction you don't maybe know about. I also want to acknowledge the fact that it might be hard to talk to an anonymous advocate. Why? Because you might wish that the connection could last. You might have had a great conversation with your advocate and wish that your time together could continue, that relationship could continue. But many times, it's a one-time conversation. This could be hard because you wanted it to last longer. But the good news is, you've overcome a hurdle in letting your story be heard. This can help you to build on it and to take other action steps to continue sharing with someone who can walk with you longer. You may also have wished that anonymous advocate had given you more. If you only received a limited amount of guidance, it could be frustrating. You might have had expectations on what you would have received inside of the conversation, or you might be frustrated if you are given counsel that you didn't want. If that happens, it is generally best to talk that out with someone that you do know, perhaps a peer, or someone that you can just vent to about the frustration. I know that this could have been tough. Consider too, the fact that your advocate, they may not have been in the game. Every once in a while, a trained advocate might be having an off day, or it might be a struggle to connect because it's a stranger and they don't know all of the ins and outs of your story. This does not mean that your story was not worth listening to. It just means that their training didn't cover your past history, your journey, or they simply weren't in the greatest mood. If that happens, know that this was not a reflection of you. It is not because you weren't worth it, and it is not because your story doesn't matter. It's because someone wasn't with it. This is where it is going to take courage to try again. Though I admit it is hard, I give you permission to let your story be given a second chance. Or consider what it would be like to talk with someone who does know your backstory and is in the game because they care about you. Our next video discusses what it would be like to connect with that kind of a person. Either way, I encourage you to try reaching out to an anonymous advocate because they are for you.